Hey, welcome or welcome back. It is, as always, good to see you. It's Friday, and it's been a minute. It really has. I've just been absolutely swamped with work for my, regular day job, so I haven't had time to record and edit videos. I did do a couple of live streams for the video where she said that she was blaming Nikocado for getting some hate and a couple of other things. Other than that, I haven't uploaded anything. I did one very quick game live stream on Halloween, and that was it. So, yeah, back to hopefully getting some videos done. I have a lot to catch up on. So we are going back to the video titled "Why I Haven't Been Losing Weight." New diagnosis, new diet, new weigh-in. So this should be interesting. I have avoided any Amberlynn chatter. I've avoided watching any of the reactors that I watch. I basically just watch Zachary Michael. And I do watch the Narc Alert as well. I am a member of her channel, but I'm behind on her videos as well. I'm also in her Discord, in your hippie grandma's Discord, and I watch Casey, your hippie grandma as well, which she is back, which I'm super excited about. So glad to see you back, Casey. But I haven't watched anything because I haven't had time. So, and also I don't like to have my opinions spoiled or have any spoilers for what's going on in Amberlynn's world. So let's jump on in and see what her new diagnosis is. I suspect it'll have to do with her lymphedema that she's had because she was supposed to see a specialist. So let's see what our girl has to say.
Hey guys, welcome to a new video. So today is going to be me updating you because I saw the lymphedema specialist. I found out something kind of shocking that I was not expecting.
I have her at 1.5.
I should mixed with a little weight loss update.
I should put her at 1.25 so I have time to pause to say something before she gets too far ahead of me.
So it's going to be a mixture of a lot of things. So let's get into it. So first I want to start with the whole lymphedema.
Is this she's wearing her "Leave Me Alone" shirt?
Thing. So very short backstory. In 2019, I started forming this big fluid likeness on my leg. I don't really know how to explain it.
Fluid likeness. I'm sure that's the medical term for whatever this is.
I diagnosed myself with lymphedema and then
diagnosed herself. I could have sworn she'd said that doctors had told her she had lymphedema and they referred her to the specialist, but she diagnosed herself. So was she telling doctors I have lymphedema? They didn't tell her. I mean, this is a very niche specialty. So I don't think any, like her general practitioner or an ER doctor that she would have seen would have known. They probably would have just been like, all right, and thought that she'd had a diagnosis of it. Oh, girl.
Whenever I would see a doctor and I would say, yeah, I have lymphedema, they'd look at it and they wouldn't say, oh no, that's not lymphedema. They would never say, that's not what that is. They would,
because they're not specialists in it.
Just go with it. But I never actually saw a lymphedema specialist or a doctor that knew much about lymphedema. I never did until recently. Oh my gosh, I finally did it. I prolonged it for long enough. I was just really nervous to go for some reason and massively embarrassed and ashamed because I don't like showing my legs. And I knew that was going to be obviously a big portion of this visit is a lot of look and poke and prod and stuff like that. So I finally said, I am trying to get my health together. It's been about a year now that I have been following doctor's instructions. I have been advocating for myself and losing weight and just really trying to better myself. And it just feels like all this time that I should have been doing it my whole life, especially my adulthood life, I have prolonged so many things that in this last year it just felt super.
I think a lot of us are guilty of that, especially if people have anxiety I've never been diagnosed with anxiety, but I hate making phone calls. I hate talking on the phone because I do have a slight stutter sometimes, and it makes me nervous. If I can schedule things online, so much better. But also, like, going to doctors and stuff, a lot of people have anxiety over that. I need to make an appointment with the doctor, but yeah, it's so I understand where she's coming from on this because it is an issue that a lot of people have.
Were overwhelming, but if it's like if I wouldn't have prolonged all these things, then I know this last year wouldn't have been so overwhelming, if that makes sense. So I want to say that this lymphedema specialist is more than that. She also is a specialist in lipedema.
Okay, so we have lymphedema and lipedema. I know there's going to be a difference in them. I personally haven't done enough research to know the difference. After I watch this video and finish some other videos, I might do some research. So I'm not going to have a very informed opinion until I do that.
I don't really know how to pronounce it very well, but I need to learn, and you'll know why. She has been a specialist for over 30 years, so her knowledge was mind-blowing. This appointment was 2 hours long, and as soon as she saw me, even before I took my pants off, she knew exactly what
out of context, that could be a little even before I took my pants off.
it was, and then I had to obviously take off my clothing, and she really saw. I do have a little bit of lymphedema. I do. But what I'm actually experiencing is lipedema. It is a disease that not a lot of people have, but more people have it than you think. It's not something that people just...
It's not a disease that a lot of people have, but more people have it than you think. Those seem a little contradictory.
Go around knowing like lymphedema is more common and more commonly talked about, but I have lipedema, and this shocked me completely. But everything she said made sense, and it all came together because ever since I was a little girl, I've always experienced bigger calves and bigger arms, and it's like no matter what I ate, no matter what I...
Is that really lipedema though? I mean, couldn't that just be where your body stores fat? Again, I need to do my own research on this as well to see, to get more info about it, but is she blaming things back to her childhood on lipedema?
I did. Like, it was hard for me to lose weight. It was super easy for me to gain. You guys know that. You guys have seen that. Like, when I was doing my series...
A lot of people have that issue with gaining weight and losing weight. I mean, it's so much easier to gain weight. And for a lot of people, it's harder to lose it. I mean, that's not something specific to having lipedema. I struggle with it, granted. I do have hypothyroidism, but even people that don't have any medical issues that mess up their metabolism or anything else, it can be hard to lose weight.
Videos, I was like weighing myself every day, showing you guys what I ate. I was showing my calories. There was a section where for a couple weeks I was eating below 2,000 calories and I was not losing weight. And you guys were calling me a liar. You guys were saying that I was lying and I was binging off the camera. And I was so frustrated because I was weighing myself daily for that series as well. This isn't just happening during that series. This has happened for years now, that I would be around the same people, eating the same things and having the same physical activity. And I would either gain weight or stay the same weight while they'd be losing weight or stay in their healthy size. And
so she said this before, like whenever she and wifey would go see Eric and Ricky and be like, we all eat the same thing, or I ate less than they did and I gained weight. And so they're probably more active on a regular basis and they're not eating like that all the time. So it's the more muscle you have, the more calories you're going to burn because your body burns more calories with muscles than it does with fat. So that's why bodybuilders have to eat like 3,000 calories just to maintain their physique. It's so when Amberlynn is sedentary and eats the same thing as somebody that's normally active, yeah, she might gain some weight, while the other person does not, because that's their maintenance level of calories. And for Amberlynn, it may not be, or her metabolism may be jacked up from whatever.
It just seemed like nobody understood me when I would say I gain weight if I eat 2,400 calories. Like, no one believed me, and I was becoming frustrated with that, because it's like a lot of you.
Again, losing weight is calories in, calories out. But the motor burning those calories isn't created equal. So it's frustrating for her, I'm sure, but she just needs to figure out what her calorie intake can be.
You don't believe me when I say that I do gain weight by eating that amount. And there was even a section of a time where I was eating like 1,700 calories and I was still gaining weight every single day, while Feline was doing the same diet as me.
Fucking Feline.
And losing weight while she's already thin. So it just felt like I was broken.
I wouldn't call her thin. I believe she was a shot putter in university, so she's gonna be a little. She's gonna be a little bit thicker. I wouldn't say she's thin. Thinner than Amber, definitely. She might have a little bit thicker build. She's definitely smaller than Amber, but I wouldn't say she's thin. But her body probably is used to eating fewer calories, and she probably has more muscle from her time being on the track team at her university, and is better at utilizing those calories.
Something was wrong, and I was right. Something is wrong. The number one symptom of lipedema, I know, I'm just bad at pronouncing words, is weight gain. No matter what diets you do, no matter how low of calories, you gain weight. That is the number one symptom. The knowledge was overwhelming in this 2-hour session, which I have another appointment with her next.
I absolutely need to do some research on this and insert it into the video here, because I don't know. I know that with my own illness, hypothyroidism, if your thyroid levels are off enough, your metabolism will be next to nothing. When I was going to the gym and seeing my trainer like 4 or 5 years ago at Gold's Gym, I'd had some blood work done, and he asked what my levels were, and he's like, "Oh wow, yeah, I can't out-train hormones. If your levels are off that much, you're not going to lose weight because your metabolism will be next to nothing." So my levels should be at an okay place now, but they are a little wonky because my weight has fluctuated. But there are hormones and whatnot that can mess with weight loss, even if you are eating a lower amount of calories. So I can sympathize with Amber being frustrated, where you're frustrated because you're working out, you're eating, less than 2,000 and like 1,500 calories. You're trying to do everything right, but nothing's working. Now with Amberlynn, as we've seen in her calorie counting videos, she doesn't always count her calories as closely as she should, and she's sometimes off by several hundred. I understand the frustration, whereas in her mind, she's thinking she's doing all this correctly and nothing is working. And I can sympathize with that.
Next month, which I'm already so excited for, because she's teaching me so much and she made me feel so validated. She was like,
"Oh, that's what Amberlynn always seeks from any of her healthcare professionals." I think, in my opinion, that's why she would leave therapists so quickly, because they wouldn't validate her. They would instead try to have her look at herself and do reflections and be accountable. So I have a feeling that seeing this doctor is going to have Amberlynn be like, "Oh, none of this weight gain, getting to 572 pounds, none of it is my doing. All of it is the lipedema. All of it. But what about those binges? What about the 6,000 calorie days, the 5,000 calorie days? I I don't want to see Amberlynn start doing that where, "Oh, this is all on lipedema. It's nothing to do with me." This is just another way for her to not hold herself accountable.
You have troubles losing weight, don't you? And I was like, yeah. She was like, even eating.
What the hell's that? I was like, yeah. Yeah.
At a normal amount. And I was like, yeah, it's because of the disease. And it just like really shocked me. And Feline like looked at me and was like, you know, like she has seen me through all of these struggles, and it's just been rough, you guys.
She's been with you for a year, a little over a year, and she's seen all these. She's been with you for a year.
But I have a reason now. And now I understand that it's like no matter what I do, I have something fighting against me. And that's the number one.
So that I do understand. Again, with the hypothyroidism, you have something working against you, which just means that you have to find something that works for you and something that will work back against the issue.
Freaking symptom. It's just so frustrating. And I just feel like for so long people didn't take me seriously. I would talk to you guys repeatedly and I'm just like, you guys, I promise, like I'm not binging off a camera. I'm showing you everything I'm eating. But there is a diet for patients like me and for people with this disease. And it is keto or low carb.
Hasn't Amberlynn said before that she doesn't believe keto is a good diet?
The specialist told me to stay below 50 grams. And I was very, very upset with that.
I want to say with keto, you can do up to 75. So this is a very low carb because I did keto. Again, story time from Libby. When I did keto back in 2019 for a couple of weeks, I lost like 10 pounds. But my gallbladder, it said no. All the extra fat intake, my gallbladder couldn't handle it because I didn't eat a lot, that much fat in my diet previously, and I had to have emergency gallbladder surgery. So I don't know if I could do keto. I could probably do low carb, and I could maybe do a keto type that's lower in fat also. But the thing is that you're replacing the carbs with the excess fat when you're doing keto. So I don't know if I could. Maybe I should try Amberlynn's diet and do a keto low carb thing, but do it with less fat because my gallbladder can't take it. Well, I don't have a gallbladder anymore. My body would not be able to handle it, the intake of fat. So she has said that she has gallstone issues. So she is going to have to be really careful doing keto as well, in my personal experience and opinion. I know it's anecdotal, but this has been my personal experience with it. She's going to have to be careful with that extra intake of fat and really watch it to make sure that she doesn't have more issues with her gallbladder.
Don't agree with keto. I don't agree with low carb. I don't feel like it is a healthy way of living. Before I get into that, I do want to say she also gave me this like lymphatic massage and it hurt so bad. So like the normal person, she told me it would feel really good, like you're enjoying it. But since I have lipedema, it freaking hurt. It hurts so bad. But it's something that she said that I need to try to do daily. It's a lot of massaging near lymph nodes, and that
lymph nodes. Oh, for crying out loud!
That hurt so bad. Oh my god! But it's supposed to help move fluid throughout your body, so you're not retaining so much fluid. And she was like, "Do you ever gain weight while you go on car rides, even if they're just like over an hour?" And I was like, "Yeah." And she was,
"Yeah, yeah." A lot of people do retain a little bit of fluid if they've been sitting for a while. I mean, that's why whenever we're working at our desk all day, or if you're on a flight, you should try to wear compression socks or get up and move around.
It was like lipedema, and I'm just like,
lipedema.
Everything is coming full circle. Like I knew I wasn't dumb. I knew I wasn't an idiot. I knew I.
Well, let's not get ahead of ourselves.
Wasn't making excuses. I knew something was off, and I finally have a diagnosis. I thought I was going in there to be told, yeah, you have lymphedema. This is what you can do for it. my whole world is kind of shook.
Well, that's what you get for assuming.
Like, I'm not gonna lie. You can actually have liposuction on certain parts. If you have
I did know that.
lipodema. You guys, I promise, next video I'm gonna know exactly how to pronounce it. You think I would after seeing her, but it's like one of those things. It's like I'm so bad at pronouncing certain words, like lymph nodes. I go back.
It's not noids. Oh my god.
Back and forth between the two. I'm like, which one is it? I know it's one of them. I just don't know. Yeah, you can have liposuction. Sometimes that'll help and such. So that is something I can think about doing in the future. And she also said, when you do lose weight, do you notice it in your face more and not in your body? And I said, yeah. And she was like, because you don't have.
I lose weight in my face first.
She was like,
too.
That's why your arms are bigger. That's why your legs are bigger. And I'm just like, wow. And she was like, this is a disease that progresses. It doesn't just stop. And everything was just like coming together for me. And I was like, wow. So you guys telling me, wow, her arms look so much bigger than years ago, or her legs look so much bigger than years ago. How is she actually losing weight? It's because of this disease. What? Like,
is it?
Everything is just coming together. And I'm so glad that I finally have an answer. And I'm not just like a freak show. I do slightly feel like one, because it's like, I'm never going to get rid of this, but what I can do,
you can manage
to help it and to lose weight the best of my ability, is low carb and staying below 50 grams of carbs. And I've never believed in that diet. You guys know that I've been in, I have shared that I do not believe in that diet. I do not like the diet. I did a mukbang where I was like, I'm doing low carb, and I had a freaking baked potato, y'all.
Oh, that's funny.
Y'all know I've never taken low carb seriously. I've never done it, never actually tried. That's one diet I've never ever done. Keto, low carb, no. But I'm not going to these specialists to just hear them tell me to do something and me not do it. I'm not getting these tests, and I'm not seeing these doctors just for them to tell me something and me not listen to them. No, I'm going to better myself. So
about time.
Today's actually day 4 of me being on low carb, and I'm actually doing it.
Wow, day 4.
50 grams of carbs. I don't have to count calories. So that's an aspect.
You might still want to, I mean, when I did the keto, I wasn't counting calories either, and I lost weight, but you might, I don't know.
I do enjoy. I don't have to count freaking calories, but I know the difference between eating like a crazy person and eating like a normal person. So even though I don't count calories, doesn't mean that I'm sitting here and binging. I haven't had like the urge to binge. If I ever get that urge, you know, I got me some pork rinds for a salty crunch. So I wanted to show you guys.
Whatever works.
What I ate the first day on low carb. So I did film my meals. So I'm going to show those for you guys. So here is my first one. All right, first meal, no calorie counting, just low carb. We have bacon, eggs with a little bit of cheese, and cucumber. Now I'm gonna show you my second meal.
She not doing turkey bacon anymore? They're doing regular bacon?
So the next thing I'm eating is literally just chicken, onion, and zucchini. I have green onion and just like regular white onion. I just added some minced garlic, some pepper, and some soy sauce. I would love this with some rice, but
could get some cauliflower rice. I like cauliflower rice.
Oh, no rice for me. I guess I could have used like cauliflower rice, but I don't have any. So maybe next time,
be the next grocery haul.
Add some like volume. Here is my third meal. So next meal, I made a taco salad. So we have lettuce, ground turkey
carbs
with some taco seasoning. There is zucchini also, just for more hidden vegetables. We have some queso blanco, salsa verde, and then some regular salsa.
Verde.
And then for the chips, I found these protein chips or loaded taco flavor.
Yes, I've heard those are really good.
So next thing I'm eating, because I am hungry, feeling a little snack.
It's just a plate of meat. You're having a plate of meat for a snack.
But I'm also craving like protein, that type of vibe. So this is just some steak that I cooked on the stove, obviously.
Well, I mean, yeah, you cooked it.
And literally all I put in this is some garlic salt and pepper. It smells amazing. So those were my meals for the day, but I did get snacky. So I didn't film my little snack moment.
And this after her saying how many times I don't snack and getting snippy with people saying she doesn't snack. Girl, please.
Moments, but I had green olives that were stuffed with garlic. I have never done that before. It was so freaking good. I was like, okay, this is gonna be like my go-to for sure. And then I had pork rinds. I had like a spicy and hot pork rinds. But actually that very first day was 37 grams of carbs. and it was only 30
Not bad.
grams of net carbs.
Not bad.
So I'm not really sure. I'm like balancing between like regular carbs and net carbs. Obviously, by doing net carbs, you actually get to eat more carbs, but I don't know. I feel like that's cheating in a way. So I've only been.
I mean, people that do true keto, they do subtract the fiber from the carbs. So
doing like actual carbs, so I haven't really been paying attention to the net aspect. I will say I am a little bored. It's only day 4 and I am a little bored. It's a lot of meat, and that's coming from someone who does not like meat that much. So I'm having to really put myself in a different headspace. I can't see myself doing keto / low carb.
It is a lot of meat, and most people will say that you should have the fattier cuts of meat. I don't like fatty cuts of meat personally. So it's good for me to do the low fat because of my gallbladder again. But yeah, it can be a lot of meat, and it can be a lot of cheese. Some people will just eat a lot of meat and cheese, but it doesn't have to be. There are other things that you can't eat. It's not an excuse to sit down with a wheel of cheddar.
While being a vegetarian, I have looked up things, and it seems almost impossible.
A lot of vegetables have carbs in them.
Well, especially because so many vegetables have carbs and are starchy. So many fruits. It's just like, this seems like such a weird way to lose weight. But I do want to say, day 1, I was 488.8. So I had gained more weight. I wasn't binging, nothing. It was simply because my body does not lose weight like the normal. And I'm coming to accept that. And now I know what to do to try to fix that. And today, so after 3 days, I've done 3 full days of low carb, and I weighed in today at 482.4. So that means I'm down 6.4 in just 3 days of low carb.
Okay. She said 42.4, so that's 6 pounds. Not bad. Good deal. With doing the low carb and doing a higher protein, higher fat, the protein will help you feel fuller for longer. So that is a good thing with the protein that she's eating.
Carb, which is amazing. And she tried to explain to me that someone with
lipedema,
because I feel like that's what it is. She tried to explain to me that someone with lipedema could eat 1,500 calories of carbs and, have fruits and have maybe some chips or like some whole grain bread and some brown rice and gain weight, while the next day they could have 2,300 calories of a low carb keto diet with less carbs and they'll lose weight. Carbs is what is creating me to hold on to so much water and to
creating me to hold on. That was a sentence and a half there.
Not heal from this. It's mind-blowing that this is what I have to do to better myself. The very diet that I absolutely disagree with. It's just a lot of meat. It's a lot of
I wonder
cheese.
if she's going to be able to stick
to have a lot of fat because you're not getting.
So the fat does help, but you can still do it a little bit lower fat. Her gallbladder is not going to love this.
And carbs, and I don't want to overdo it in fat because I do have gallstones. So it is a lot of like give and take, trying to make it fit and do the right thing. It's been different. It's, like last night for a snack, I literally melted a slice of pepper jack cheese on the stove because I'm allowed to have that over having like a banana. It's weird. It's weird. It feels off.
You can have the banana if it fits within your carb limit for the day. If you want a banana.
But I am peeing more now. Like normally I don't pee much, but now I'm getting rid of all this water and
I pee all the damn time.
People
I drink water.
Like, why don't you pee that often? Because my body holds on to this water because of lipedema. And I've noticed that I am so thirsty now, which is freaking awesome because I am getting in so much more water than usual, because normally like I'm holding on to so much water, I don't feel as thirsty. But now that I'm letting go of it, like I'm supposed to, like I'm able to like drink water like a normal person. Like I feel like I'm drinking water all the time, but it's probably like a normal amount. I'm just not used to it though. So it's a lot of changes. It's weird. Like I'm allowed to have ranch dressing, like ma'am. So I've been having like last night I had the salad, which was so simple. It was just chicken, ranch, onion, lettuce, and some olives. And I was like, oh yeah, and some shredded cheese. And I'm like, this is what I'm allowed to eat. It's like shocking a little bit, and it's working. Like my body is letting go of the things that it usually holds on to while doing like a normal diet. And I know within the last year, I have lost almost 100 pounds. And she was honestly amazed. And she was like, have you noticed a stall? And I said, yeah, it's been bad. And she was like, now you're finally stuck in that spot where it's your lipedema stopping you and preventing you from losing more weight. And she was just really proud that I already lost some weight. So that meant a lot to me. To continue going and improving and losing weight, I have to follow the instructions, even though I don't want to do them. You guys know that I've been told to do low carb before by professionals, and I didn't do it because I don't agree. But I need to change. Yes. I need to fight for my life. And if this is what is going to help me live longer and healthier and happier, then I'm going to do it. And yeah, so today will be day 4. I saw the lymphedema specialist on the 20th of October. My day 1 of low carb was on the 21st, and today is October 24th.
That was a weird edit.
If we're like up to date on videos, yes.
October 24th. Okay. Yeah, I'm behind on my recordings by about 2 weeks.
We are. It is the 24th of October. So yeah, that is my update.
October
for you guys. Like, this is a low carb queen, a keto queen, staying below 50 grams of carbs. And so far today, I've only had 6 grams. I've had 6 grams of carbs, and it is 7 p.m. And I noticed by doing this, like, I haven't ordered takeout not one time, not even for a drink. I don't even drink diet soda no more.
You don't know what's in the food, really.
Even though diet soda has 0 carbs, our body reacts to it as if we are having sugar and are having carbs because of the sweeteners in it. So I was like, ugh, I don't want to cheat myself. So cold turkey, I said bye-bye soda. Ugh. So I've only been drinking water.
I still do my Coke Zero, cherry
very
Coke
big
Zero.
Changes rather quickly, and I'm actually being successful with it. It's kind of weird. Gotta say, kind of weird, not gonna lie. So anyways, I'm gonna end this video. I hope that you guys enjoyed my little update, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye.
All right. Well, that's interesting. I'll definitely have to do some research on lipedema just to get a little bit of an understanding of what it is, what some of the issues are that Amberlynn has brought up. I trust what her doctor told her, but I don't trust Amberlynn to relay that information accurately. But I know people often will say, like, when she has a diagnosis for something, they're like, why are you so happy to have a diagnosis of this? It's because she has an answer. So I'm glad that she has an answer for what her problem is, and that now she can work on a solution. And I hope she's able to keep it up. Maybe I should go back and try some keto with a higher, with lower fat, because my body again can't take it. But good for her. I hope she keeps up the weight loss and gets better. I really do. You know, I think even people that don't like Amberlynn want to see her succeed and get better. So I just hope she's able to do that. So that's all we got for this one. And yeah, I'm gonna, I think, go grab a coffee, come back and record another video because I am so behind on recordings. And until next time, be safe and take care.